grateful for the very warm and brotherly and friendly manner we've been received here at the city of Nairobi in our first state visit. Thank you very much.
Applause, please, for their excellencies. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you. Your excellencies, with your permission, we'll now go to questions from media members of the press. And let's start with your name, the media house you represent. If the question is specific to a specific president, please mention, with a maximum of 2 questions per media house. Over to you for your questions.
Okay, good morning. This question is to, my name is Gerald Kiala from Angola newspaper. This question is to His Excellency's President William Ruto. Mr. President, follow the meeting with His Excellency's President João Lourenço. What can we expect on a tourism cooperation between the 2 countries? Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Seth Olale. I represent Citizen TV here in Kenya. Mine goes to the host president, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, in regards to the processes that is in regards to the peace agreement, the political and the diplomatic interventions, and especially in Eastern DRC, in regards to the Luanda process and the Nairobi process, both ensuring that there is stability in Eastern DRC. Is the Luanda process in agreement with what the Nairobi process is doing towards making the Eastern DRC a stable nation, or that particular region of DRC? Or are there emerging issues? We saw recently of a need for an intervention in regards to the ICRAF mandate. This is the Joint Forces of the East Africa Forces, an extension towards ensuring that there is ceasefire in Eastern DRC. Does Luanda also share the same sentiments as Nairobi process? Thank you.
Thank you. We'll start with those 2 questions, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. On the subject of tourism, as Mr. President said earlier, we have, as a country, a bit more experience in the space around tourism, management of our national parks, management of our natural assets, and the whole space about training of human capital to run our tourism assets and tourism products. And we have extended scholarships to citizens of Angola. In fact, we have already 5 scholarships running. Students from Angola reported to our Kenya Utalii College last September. They are undertaking their courses. We have agreed in this meeting to expand avenues and spaces of training for citizens from both sides in the areas that we have competitive advantage. We have also agreed that this expansion of opportunities will ensure that students and citizens from our 2 countries benefit from the training facilities that we have. You've just seen another MOU signed here on training of government officials under the Kenya School of Government and the equivalent in Angola. You've also seen an MOU here signed on diplomatic training for our diplomats. And so the scope of expansion is going to go into the Tibet space, into many other spaces. And as we cement and consolidate our relations, there will be additional opportunities for our citizens to benefit from training facilities on both sides of the divide. On the matter of DRC, President Lorenzo has demonstrated great statesmanship in his stewardship of both the ICGLR process as mandated by AU and the mediation efforts between DRC and Rwanda. And that is in harmony and in synchrony with the Nairobi process. The Nairobi process is engaged in bringing together the armed groups and engaging them in dialogue so that they can participate in the process that will eventually, starting with cessation of hostilities, going into the next space of cantonment, then demobilization and disarmament, and then reintegration further down the road. That whole process has to be a process that involves EAC, the DRC administration, and all the armed groups, including the M23. And in that process, we are all aligned. In fact, when the cantonment finally happens, Angola will be providing troops that will guard the cantonment sites. So what we are doing as East African force and what Angola and SADC and the other partners are doing under the ICGLR process is in synchrony and is in harmony, and it is complementary to what we are all doing about stabilizing Eastern DRC as a sister country in our region that has yearned for many years for stability and dealing with a conflict situation so that they can engage in development and in progress and enjoy prosperity like the rest of the citizens of our region.
Thank you very much. With regard to cooperation in